here on Yom Ha'atzmaut, Israel's Independence Day, a great day of great joy and great excitement. And here in Israel, you very much feel the tension between Yom Hazikaron, Israel's Memorial Day, and Yom Ha'atzmaut, and Israel's Independence Day. It's such a tremendous shift from a day that's very sad, very heavy, very difficult, and a day that, like today, that's very exciting and very joyous. Hi everybody, this is Ruvain Spalter, and I'm sharing with you an idea that's a sort of a combination of a Parsha idea about Parshat Tazria Metzora, and also about Mishnah Yomit that I teach each and every day. We've been learning Masechet Negaim, so it's sort of a convergence of the two, because Negaim is all about Tzaraat, which is the topic of this week's Parsha. So I want to share with you this week was particularly difficult because we learned about a soldier who, Lo Aleinu, who had suffered. We read about a soldier who had suffered and fought in one of the difficult battles that the IDF has had in recent years, and he had suffered from PTSD, from post-traumatic stress disorder, and he wasn't getting the help that he needed, such a degree that he self-immolated, that he lit himself on fire in order to protest his pain and to protest the treatment that he wasn't getting. And it really caused a sensation, as it should, of pain and anguish among Israeli society. How could we have let this happen? What are we missing? No one wants soldiers to suffer. And I thought of this in the context of Tzaraat, of leprosy, because we think of leprosy as something that comes from sinfulness. But I want to share, and normally we say, Tzaraat comes from Lashon Hara, from the fact that people speak slanderously, and because we really learned that from Miriam, who spoke Lashon Hara, and then she became Metzoraat Kashaleg. Okay, but there's much more to it. I want to share with you a midrash about this idea, and then share with you a Mishnah to convey the idea that I think Tzaraat is something much deeper and something that we actually can relate to in our day and age. Let's look at the midrash. In Vayikra Perek Yud Daled, at the beginning of Parshat Metzora, the Torah tells us, Vayidaber Hashem Moshe Lemor, Hashem said to Moshe, Zot Tieh Torah HaMetzora. This should be the Torah, the teaching of the Metzora. So the midrash picks up on this immediately and says, well, why would a person get Tzaraat? And I want to look at I want to make it a little bit smaller. I want to look at the punishments or the sins that the midrash talks about, and then look at them in a sort of broader way. So it says the midrash, Zot Tieh Torah HaMetzora. This is the Torah, the teaching of the Metzora. Hadahu dichtiv. Hada is Aramaic. This is what it is written. Shesh hinei sanei Hashem. There are six that God detests. Vesheva to avat nafsho. And 7, he has the abomination. I'm skipping a little bit. Okay, and the midrash says ve'eluhem. These are the sins for which a person should receive, would get Tzaraat, would be afflicted by leprosy. Einayim ramot, haughtiness, right? Like seeking eyes. Lashon sheker, a tongue of sheker, of falsehood. Yadayim v'yadayim shovchot dam naki, hands that spill clean blood. Lev choresh machshavot even, a heart that hatches evil plots. Raglayim mimaharot larutz l'ra'ah, feet that run to do bad. Kizavim echakar, someone who tells falseness, lies, and testifies falsely. Umishalech midanim bein achim, someone who incites quarrel between brothers. Ve'amar Rabbi Yochanan says, v'kulam laku b'Tzaraat. All of them were afflicted by Tzaraat. I mean, where is Lashon Hara here? Lashon Hara is not here at all. Lashon Hara is a symptom. All these sins, basically, this is a laundry list of sins of people that cannot get along with society or cannot get along with others. They're lashing out. They're causing evil. They're causing pain to others. The Midrash says, and the Mishnah says, the Midrash says, this is what causes a person to get Tzaraat. But I want to focus and share with you one more source. The Mishnah says that when you get Tzaraat, okay, you'll see it on your skin. It's like a white blush, and then it spreads. But it's not. Yes, it's a skin blotch, but it's not something that a doctor can tell you or a chacham can tell you. Okay, the Mishnah says, "Hakol ksherim lirot et hanagaim." Everyone can look at it, meaning the kohen might not even know. He might not even know the right signs for nega, for Tzaraat. But elashatum ave'atara bidei kohen. But only a kohen can declare a person tamei or tahor. And even if he doesn't know, omrimlo, the whoever knows says, emor tamei, say tamei. Vu omer tamei. And then he'll say, okay, tamei. Emor tahor, say tahor, vu omer tahor. I mean, the kohen might not even know whether it's Tzaraat or not, might not know the technical. But clearly the Torah wants us wants the Metzora, okay, to come, okay, v'huva el ha-kohen. He has to be brought to the Kohen. And I think this is something that's the deeper message of what Tzaraat is all about, and the message for us as well. My wife likes to say this, I think also, Tzaraat is the physical manifestation on your skin of an inner affliction. And if we think beyond, why does a person do evil or cause fights between other people or speak badly about other people? There's some pain inside. There's some anguish inside. And if you have a laundry list of all kinds of sinfulness, so that pain and that anguish is coming from a place of imbalance, of difficulty, of stress, of tsa'ar, of pain. And I think, and it comes out, it manifests itself, our pain manifests itself in so many different ways. So in the Torah is describing a physical manifestation, a spiritual manifestation of pain in a person's skin, but it also is in the way we behave. And I think about that soldier, his actions were an extreme reaction, but there are so many people walking around with that sense of pain, especially the soldiers who have given of themselves, like on Yom Hazikaron, on Israel's Memorial Day, we think about the soldiers who have given their lives, and the people who have given their lives for the sake of Israel in order that we should be able to live here. But very often, maybe that was his point, we overlook those people who have not given their lives, but they've given their souls, they've given their arms, they've given their bodies, and they've given their spirits for the Jewish people, in order that we should have the freedom and the sense of the ability to live in the Jewish state free and strong. And I think Tzaraat reminds us of that. We have to bring those people. Tzaraat reminds us that Huva Kohen, the Kohen's job was to be a spiritual guide. And some people need psychologists. Of course, if you're going through PTSD, you need proper treatment. That's not what I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to say is that the Torah wants the person who has that sense of imbalance or pain to be brought to the Kohen, to the spiritual guide, to the leader who can then bring back that sense of inner healing. It's not just physical. It's not something that's just a question of sinfulness, but it's a question of finding that connection to God. And I think that's something that all of us have to realize as well. As we celebrate Yom Ha'atzmaut, we should honor and remember those soldiers who not only gave their lives, and not only those people who were killed, but those people who make great sacrifices. But as we think about the implications of Tzaraat, as we study the Mishnayot about Tzaraat, we should think about it not only in a technical term, but it's a manifestation of a spiritual ailing. And how do we heal that spiritual ailing? We connect to the Kohen, we connect to God, and try to bring a sense of balance back to our lives. I wish everyone a Shabbat Shalom, a Chag Sameach, and we should always find that sense of balance. The lessons of Tzaraat this week should give us that sense of trying to find that Huva al HaKohen, connecting to God in a way that's meaningful for all of us.